Dream Team? It's your boy D Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with every tourist hates this about Australia, but I love it. Before we dive in, make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. What we got?
That was the craziest thing for me. I don't mean dislike it. I mean they absolutely hate it. Everyone who has made it through the whole video, there's one thing that I would like to tell you. Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Johnny, and I traveled Australia as a backpacker for 1 year. And now I want to tell you about the 5 things that I like the most about Australia.
Talk to me, Johnny. The people.
The first thing would be the people. They are just one of the nicest lot I have ever met. You know, in Europe, when someone talks to you, usually they're after something. You don't just randomly approach someone and talk. In Australia, you just do it. You just talk to people. The first time someone came to me and he just talked to me about the weather or something, I tried to figure out what he was after. He just turned around and he said, "All right, mate, have a good one. It was nice chatting to you. See ya." And I was like, "All right, it was actually just after a conversation." Talk to people. You can make friends very easily because it's just a very normal thing. Furthermore, Australians are just very, very kind. No matter what hard time we went through, there was always people offering their help. Our car broke down one day. We had to call the tow truck in the end. I think the time we spent waiting on the tow truck, 5 people pulled over, offered their help. Hey man,
that's awesome.
Do you need a hand? That was the craziest thing for me when I realized that I'm not alone in this country because everyone is just so helpful. Hey mate, how are you going? Yeah, good. How about yourself? And then you were like, oh, not too good actually because this and that. And he will offer help, definitely. And if he doesn't offer help, he knows someone who could help.
I'm so glad he had such an incredible experience. He's had such an incredible experience in Australia. That's mateship. I see that in so many different videos. You know what I'm saying? The willingness to help out, the willingness to look out for people. They're very community-based rather than individual-based. And so they look out for the whole instead of the individual. And I absolutely love that when I watch that about Australia. Yeah, I love people who are just willing to open up and talk to strangers. Do you meet those people who can't meet a stranger, who are just very social, very nice, very positive, and they just brighten other people's day. And I absolutely love those people. I don't think I'm that person. I think when I'm around a lot of people I don't know, I get very like introverted. Like I won't strike up a conversation with somebody that I don't know. But if somebody does strike up a conversation with me that I don't know, I'm more than happy to strike up that conversation as long as I'm like not in a rush to do something. But I'm more than happy to talk to someone. I enjoy conversating. I'm just not an initiator. Y'all know what I'm saying.
The second thing that I love about Australia is kind of an obvious one. It's animals. God damn, I love the animals in Australia. The birds, even the snakes and the spiders. Everyone thinks Australia is like, oh, I will have to check my bedding every day for spiders, and hopefully there's not a snake under the carpet or whatever.
Under the carpet?
I had similar thoughts before coming to Australia, right? But I developed a love for spiders and snakes. Beautiful creatures. I mean, look at them. Not just as a snake, but look at their skin. I don't even know if you call it skin, but look at their color. Beautiful creatures. I don't even know how to put it. Same thing as spiders. I love spiders. I don't think that I have seen a venomous spider anywhere in Australia. No matter which spider I came across, all the Aussies kept telling me, oh, this is just that. This is just a huntsman. This is just whatever. They're not harmful to anyone, really. The birds are just the most insane thing in Australia. In Australia, the birds can sound a bit awful. Like, the bigger and the more beautiful they get, the more awful they sound. Like the small brown birds that don't look very special, they tweet beautifully. And the more exotic the birds get, like the more greenish or the more like cockatoo, whatever, they sound like and a lot of people like find them annoying because it is really loud and they tend to just crow in the morning a lot.
When I send voice messages to my friends, they kept telling me that it sounds like I would be standing in a zoo. Listen for yourself.
The kookaburra. Oh Lord, that one's loud.
I stopped noticing that because it was just an everyday thing. When I first came to Australia, it was like, oh, the birds. But then, in the end, like you get used to it. But then when my friend said, it sounds like you're standing in a zoo, I said, yeah, that's true. I mean, now that you say it, I hear it again. It was so beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? I think Australia is beautiful wildlife. The birds, absolutely gorgeous, stunning. Snakes and spiders. I heard you don't run into many venomous ones. You just, I mean, if you're aware of your surroundings, you're basically gonna be good. But I don't think I would ever develop a love for snakes or spiders. Huntsmen, I know they not harmful to me, but just the size of them, it's just too scary for me. It's just the size alone. I look at them and I'm like, no, that's a no-go. Can't do it. Can't think that's beautiful. These snakes, they might not be venomous, but I don't think you'll ever see me be like, dang, that's a beautiful animal. Just not for me. Just not for me. You feel me? Keep it rolling.
Number 3. This is going to be a rather short one. It's a dish that I have discovered in Australia, a breakfast dish, which is called Eggs Benedict. I have never heard about Eggs Benedict before coming to Australia, but man, ever since I have tasted it first, I kept eating it every day. Well, I wish it was every day. Of course, I couldn't afford going out eating every day, but every time I went to a cafe and had breakfast, I would order Eggs Benedict, which is basically a sourdough bread with bacon. You can also order it with salmon or ham. I always stick to bacon. So sourdough bread, bacon, poached eggs, spinach, and sauce hollandaise. It's probably a bit more ingredients that I'm just not aware of, but well, I'm not a chef, I'm just the consumer. Whenever you're in Australia, I don't even know if it's an Australian dish or not, but however, I learned about it in Australia. I fell in love with it in Australia, so to me it's an Australian dish. So whenever you're in Australia, please make sure that when you're not allergic to eggs or sauce hollandaise or whatever, make sure that you try Eggs Benny. Alright, before we head on
I don't know. I know what Eggs Benedict is. I know what it is. I've never tasted it. I've never tried. I've never eaten a poached egg before. I don't know what a poached egg tastes like. I'd be more than willing to try Eggs Benedict. I don't know why I haven't, because I feel like you can get that in America. You go to a cafe or you can probably get you an Eggs Benedict. I'm gonna try it. That's on my list to try. Whenever I see the next breakfast menu, I see Eggs Benedict on, your boy is gonna try it, and I'm gonna let y'all know how it was.
I'd like to encourage you hitting that like button if you have enjoyed this video so far, and consider subscribing, because that would absolutely push my motivation to continue making these kinds of videos. Thank you so much. So let's move on to number...
No, you can skip this, dog. You can skip it, because if you're going to try to convince me that this is good, I can't. There's no convincing me. I tasted it once, and I can't be convinced that this could be good. I think this is one thing that you have to be born in Australia to love. You have to be raised on this. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep putting this in your taste buds and let your taste buds adjust to it. But if you're not from Australia, there's an exception. There's a small group of people who probably enjoy it. But the majority outside of Australia, I just don't see enjoying Vegemite. I don't see it. I hated it.
Before. This is a surprising one, I think. It's Vegemite. To anyone that doesn't know what Vegemite is a spread that you put on your bread. Usually you have it for breakfast, but honestly, I can eat it all day, no matter when.
That's crazy.
When I get up at 2 a.m. in the morning and I'm hungry, then I just grab a jar of Vegemite, spread it on my bread, and let's get going. So the crazy thing about Vegemite is that I am supposedly the only foreigner that actually likes it. Every foreigner, everyone that did not grow up with Vegemite, they hate it. And I don't mean dislike it. I mean they absolutely hate it.
Y'all heard me before I hate it. Y'all heard me before he even started talking, dog. And like I said, I'm saying exactly my thoughts were exactly what he said. Most people not from Australia, don't like that. It's not good to most of us. You gotta be Australian bred and raised.
So many travelers to Vegemite when I was in Australia, because there were just so many that didn't know what Vegemite was. And I said, what, you don't know what Vegemite is? You'd have to try it. And luckily, I have always a jar of Vegemite with me. So
that's why
I introduced Vegemite to them. And every single one of them, no matter from which country they were, they made funny faces trying it. Funny faces like this.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, Vegemite is a very intensive tasting spread that
Very.
tastes also very salty, but I just love it. I just can't understand anyone who doesn't like Vegemite. And I cannot imagine a world without Vegemite anymore. And to all the Australians out there that might actually watch this video, don't worry. I have introduced Vegemite to them the proper way. The way I eat it, it was confirmed by a lot of Australians to be the correct way. This is how I introduced Vegemite to everyone else, but still they disliked it. Nothing I can do about it.
It ain't good.
And now
It
number
ain't
5 would
good.
be, Australians like to keep it simple. By that I mean, they have a much simpler bureaucracy compared to what we have in Germany. I mean, right, Germany is kind of known for being very strict and very bureaucratic and everything.
Yeah.
So maybe to Australians, Australia might appear very bureaucratic, but compared to Germany, believe me, it's nothing. For instance, I bought a car.
I react to German videos too, and that's the number one thing I hear. Very strict about rules, and everything seems like it's a huge process. Very bureaucratic process.
And buying a car in Australia is also fairly easy. You just fill out a form and basically the car is yours. You go to the registration authorities, tell them this is your car now, show them the letter, and you're good to go. It's your car now. It's a bit more complicated in Germany, but I'm not telling you about all of that. What I really want to say is I had a car insurance, and then afterwards I bought a new car. Can you follow me so far? All right.
I'm
First car,
following you.
then I bought a second car. So I
Okay.
wanted to transfer the insurance from this car to the other car. And in Germany, it's a process, really. In Australia, I could do it all on the app. You have an app for the insurance. All you do is just type in your new license plate number into the app, tell them,
Easy.
this is my new car, and you'll receive a message, your insurance has successfully been transferred.
Easy.
Congratulations, whatever.
Easy.
This is just something that's just so easy. So, to me, my personal opinion, everything is a bit easier in Australia when it comes to bureaucratic stuff. And this is something that I really loved about Australia as well. Right, there you have it. A few things that I love about Australia. Of course, there are heaps more. I might make a second video about that, covering a few more things that I love about Australia. Thank you so much for sticking around. This was my first YouTube video, my first actual video. It still feels very strange talking to the camera, but I try the best that I can. And everyone who has made it through the whole video, there's one thing that I would like to tell you. Thank you. See you
He
next
actually did an incredible job for it being his first video. I was way more off on my first YouTube video. I look at my first video and I like cringe about how bad it was. So he's actually really good. Just for that to be his first one was really good. And I reacted to multiple videos of his, and I think he's really good. But that's all we got for this one. Make sure y'all subscribe, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up. It's your boy Neal, out.